Welcome back for the next installment. Today, we're going to steer things in the right direction. All right, we're working on the steering components today. I got the tie rods. We're going to get those changed off, still have the passenger wheel off. We're going to start there and still have to get some grease. Still working on that, haven't made it there yet, but fear not, I promise, we'll get everything greased up before the car goes back together and gets back on the ground. Anyways, let's cut right to things. This is, I believe this is the inner tie rod. I have to go look at it. I've got an outer tie rod and adjuster sleeve. The adjuster sleeve is brand new, so we're not having to reuse the old ones. The other end of the tie rod is a good bit shorter. Imagine, if you will, something about that. So, yeah. I have a tool. Where the heck did it go? Hold on. This guy. Bought it. It was a combination Pitman arm puller and tie rod remover. Removes Pitman arms, or Pitman arms just fine. Have no idea if it removes tie rods. We're going to find out. All right, here we are back in the wheel well. This is the passenger side. See that nice little black control arm done. This is the tie rod that we're going to be replacing, both inner and outer, and I've got a new adjuster sleeve, so that's all the better. So now, pan back just a little bit. You can see that the Rivieras and some of the big Buicks were rear steer, meaning the steering gear is behind the axle center line. Most of what I play with, being, G bodies and some of the A bodies, they're forward steer or front steer, meaning the steering gear is in front of the axle center line. So I think it's a little easier to get to on the front, but we're going to get after it. So the usual cotter pin, castle nut, and depending on how things go, whether or not I got room for this, kind of don't think I do, but a couple sharp smacks with a hammer, especially because I don't intend on keeping these. They'll come right out, and we'll size it up to the new tie rods and get them set up, so that way they're at least halfway close. All right, let's do some time lapse. Hi everybody. Don't do what I did. Caught a face full of dust. When you had a car that's been sitting a while, make sure you keep your face clear of things. Let's keep going. All right, any of you guys may have noticed I committed a cardinal sin. I was beaten on it without a castle nut, like I said I shouldn't do on that side, but I did, and I mushroomed it over. Had to grab the flap disc and got that squared up. So now we've got the new tie rods and the adjuster sleeve. I'm going to get them assembled together and take a couple of measurements, so that way this is as close to the same length as I can, and then we'll go put it back in the car. Okay, there is the passenger side tie rod all into place. I got the adjuster tightened down a bit. I also greased it up real good. Your alignment guy will thank you if you make sure these things move like they're supposed to. So cotter pins are in there. Now, did you know there's actually a right way and a wrong way to do cotter pins? I'll post a graphic up of what I found is the right way to do cotter pins. right, we got both sets of tie rods done, inner and outer. Both sides are done, so that's one more thing that's complete now. Next up is going to be the lower control arms with the wonderful spring compressor. I had somebody say, hey, take these to a local suspension shop and have them banded. Definitely take that under advisement. I'll have to make a few calls, see if it's something that gets done around here, because that's the first time I've ever heard of it being done. If it works, that's cool. The good news is, since I'm dropping the whole control arm, I don't have to compress it very much, just enough to take the tension off of the spring pocket. That way everything comes out like it's supposed to. Anyways, that's getting too far ahead of things. Anyway, let's call it a night here. That really didn't take that long. We're going to continue on this next time. I'm going to get a shower after that face full of junk. I still got grit in the corner of my eyes and stuff, and that's never much fun. But, it's part of what works for, working with classic stuff. I'd rather work with the classic stuff any day of the week than anything new. But that's just me. Thanks for watching.